story, Everest. I'm going to show you the damage Leo did to the kitchen during the assault. For some of you who don't know, Leo was a friend of mine. He suffers from schizophrenia. We let Leo stay with us for a little while because he had his meds and everything, and he lost his home. He was out on the street and had nowhere to go, so we took him in. He was on his meds, he was doing good for the first week, had some ups and downs the second, but he was okay. During the third week, he completely lost it, and, you know, we were thinking about kicking him out, and sure enough, things got bad, and he tried to kill everybody. Not going to go into details, but what had started it was that he wanted to use the Xbox and couldn't, got pissed at his little sister who was over visiting Amber. She's 15, you know, they're friends. And he got pissed, wanted to kill her. So me and my dad stopped him, and he got pissed at us because we wouldn't let him kill her. And then he tried to kill us. So how this all went down was, it started off into the living room. He came home with his mom, you know, because he goes out with her every day somewhere. She takes him somewhere. My dad's sitting on the couch. He's okay. He's fine. Then he realizes Jolene's over here, and his whole mood changes from what my dad told me. Now, my mom and older sister are out doing laundry, and my brother is at work. So it's me, my dad, and the girls, the kids that are home at the time. Leo then goes off into my brother's room. This is a mess. I'm actually getting ready to clean the kitchen, by the way. I'm getting ready to do the dishes and clean up in here, but I thought I'd do this video first. And he goes, they're in here watching the Xbox right there, and he asks them for the Xbox. And they told him no. He started going off on her. I'm in my room playing my game, which is, you know, in there. I'm not going to go in there because my room's a mess right now, but I'm in my room playing my game, and I come out and I see Leo pinning Jolene up against this fridge. And sorry, I have two fridges. One's the old fridge that don't work. The landlord for some reason wants it there. And anyway, as I was saying, he was pinning his sister up against the fridge, yelling at her. And I told Leo to back off and go sit down. I wasn't going to tolerate it. I told him, you know, you gain up on her again, your ass is out. And then he tried to say they were watching porn. I went in there and checked it out. They were only watching Vampire Diaries. So he goes in there, tells my dad they're watching porn or whatever, and I go up there and I tell my dad that's not true, they're watching Vampire Diaries, and my dad tells him to calm down and settle down and quit yelling. Well, it escalated because he threatened my dad, and my dad told him, if you hit me, you're out, you know, I'm going to throw you out. He then went into a blind rage, yelled something, I didn't hear him. My dad claims he said that he's going to kill that bitch, and that's around the time he walked from here to in here. The girl seen him do it. He, see right here? Alright. He ripped out the cabinet drawer here. Just ripped it off. Tossed it right there. Pulled out a knife. Walked about here. Amber, I seen Amber come up, and she was getting in front of him, crying, begging him not to or whatever. So I come up. I'm telling Leo, you hand me the knife, you back off. Alright, hand me the knife. I'm trying to keep him calm. And I tell Amber and Jolene, outside now, get out. As Amber and Jolene go to walk off, Leo grabs Jolene, his sister, and pushes her into this room. And then turns on her and yells something. I can't understand what he was saying because he was screaming and yelling in just a rage. So while he has Jolene pinned in here, you know, I go to get in front of him. My dad comes in and tells him he needs to get out. We ain't putting up with this. My dad's screaming at him to get out. And that's around the time they started yelling at each other. Well, at this point, this is when things went from worse to really bad. Okay, this went from bad to worse. This is around the time when Leo pushed me. I believe it was right around here near the stove and the counter, because I got in front of him here. Then my dad came up, and then my dad and him kind of walked over here, and they were fighting with each other, and I got back in front of him, and he pushed me. He went for my dad, who blocked, and somewhere in the middle of the struggle, he got my dad backed up into this wall in the window and went at him with the knife when I grabbed his hand. Well, for the rest of the struggle, I'm not going to explain the whole thing, but the rest of the struggle was mainly me keeping the knife, keeping his knife hand. You know, I was holding his hand trying to get him down, and that was mainly the rest of the struggle. You know, me holding the knife. Then, you know, my dad and him fought. Eventually, this is when things got real bad. He got my dad on the ground. He got him on the ground, as you can see where they broke some of the tile here. The floor is dirty. I didn't get to clean it yesterday. Police and everybody was over. I didn't get to clean up. They made a mess. They knocked things off, you know, stuff all over the floor. And they put these cracks in the tile. He got my dad in the headlock right about here. And he had the knife and he was going to stab my dad in the throat, but he missed the first time. So I grabbed his hand. I'm holding his hand. Now the pans and everything are all the way over there. Everything got knocked all the way over there and all the way down there. So nothing's in reach of me. The only thing that's in reach are the knives, but I'm all the way right here and I'm holding his hand. Well, I'm actually a little bit further back near this right here actually. And I'm holding his hand. And I believe we're like actually more like right around here, in between the stove and the counter, I would say. And drawers right there. I can't reach for a knife or nothing. If I let go even for a second to grab a pan, which is all the way over here, because I'm holding on to him here. If I let go for a second, he's going to stab my dad. So I can't let go of him, and there's nothing in reach. So from that point on, it was a struggle. And that's what happened. In the end, I did manage to get him off my dad. And then he did try to choke me. But that didn't work out because I slammed myself back into the floor here. He hit his head and he let go. And we went outside and the police arrested him. Charges have been filed. A restraining order is on my dad now. Well, restraining order is on Leo. He can't go near my dad. So, you know, my dad got a restraining order against him. But it was attempted murder, and he was trying to strangle and snap my dad's neck. And when he called the police, when I made the trade, now, I know I didn't mention this part in the video, but I told some of you when I got him to trade me the knife for the phone, after finally getting through to him, he told the police and me that they had 15 minutes to get here, or he was going to snap my dad's neck. And luckily I managed to get him off without having to kill him, although I did think about it. I had the opportunity to do it. But I resolved the thing peacefully, and you know, we got Leo out of here, and you know, my dad's okay. He got a bruised rib cage, but yeah, that's what happened. I mean, he you know, just ripped this whole thing off the jar. I mean, look at that. He ripped it off, right off. And it all started because he wanted to kill his sister. That's all what started it. He got mad because he couldn't have the Xbox. Made up some bullshit about porn. That they were watching porn when I know for a fact they weren't because I checked. And then he went in there, assaulted his sister, and yeah, that's what started it. So yeah, but I thought I'd let you guys know, and I'm going to get to cleaning the kitchen now. So, yep, that's what happened.